You.
Had to follow protocol and stick to the mission. It was days I had to stand tall when niggas was bitching. They misunderstand praying and get it twisted for wishing. Home economics, I had a gift in the kitchen. And since I'm in the field, the nigga figured I'm pitching. Like I'm the black Nolan Ryan. You had what? I know you're lying. Trap what? That
Yo. We back at it.
Good, my...
Welcome back to another installment. You know what I mean? Interviews with me, Castro, man. Nice guest is my man CCash. You know, as always, we appreciate you for coming in. You know what I mean? Hip hop artist, battle rapper. You know what I mean? Definitely one of the most versatile dudes in the city, making music and then stepping into that battle rap arena and, you know, holding his own like he, you know what I mean? You laying the verse. So, shit, I don't even remember the last time we did I remember, but it's been so long ago, the last time we did an interview.
I was in Miami.
Right, you was. But we gonna get into it though, like, but you know, motherfuckers that don't know you or still trying to learn your story. I know you from Philly. What part of the city you from?
Oh man, you already know. Helen out of Southwest Philly, man. 19143 to be exact. Shit like that. You know what I mean? 58 for Chester Avenue, Alden Street, shit like that.
Shout out to Zip.
Yeah.
Shout out to Zip Code. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody watching on YouTube. Shout out to people watching Instagram. We working on getting back on Facebook. You know, Meta got some weird stuff they doing. I want to remind everybody to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure you follow us on our socials. Gaas Chamber Battle League on Instagram, Gaas Chamber Battle League on Facebook. You know what I mean? Make sure y'all follow CCash, the real CCash. I'm gonna put his Instagram and all his information in the bio for y'all.
Everybody that know me, all you gotta do is put that CCash in there, it's gonna pop up. But if you put the real CCash, it'll probably pop up faster. You know what I'm saying? I had to reassess my social media strategy.
It be like that sometimes though. I seen when they got some 13K or whatever it was. It be like that, man. Sometimes you got to go back and reassess and reevaluate. It's life. But so you out of Southwest Philly, you know what I mean? How was coming up in Southwest Philly? Was you in with your mom? Was it a 2-parent household? What was the situation?
Growing up in Southwest, I started living in Southwest when I was like 11 months old. My grandmother, my father's mother, got custody of me at the age of 11 months, and you know, I've been with her ever since. That's why I was born and raised in Southwest. Yeah, you know, mom, you know, I got the typical mom dad struggle story for, you know, a kid born in the late 80s and shit like that. My mom was on drugs. My pop was, you know, employed in the streets, and basically, you know, they didn't have a fit situation for, you know, a child. So my grandma, rest in peace, Grandma Brenda. She passed in January of 2023, and her twilight, her sunset was just January 20th this past year. So I mean this year that we just passed yesterday. So yeah, she stepped in and she held it down and man made me the man I am today. So I thank God for her.
Okay. So what type of
I just grew up in a house
morals and say it again?
I grew up in a house with just me and my grandma and you know, my uncle, which is her second son. He was on his way out the door, you know, he was an adult when I was born, so he was 18. He was around, you know, living there for a certain amount of time, but then, you know, he will be, you know, getting his own spots and coming back to check on us, stuff of that nature. But he always been in my life, always been like a father to me as well. So I had my grandma and my uncle. They was my mother and my father. You feel me?
Okay. So what type of things did they instill in you, especially your grandma? You know what I mean? because I mean I can understand your uncle. You know what I mean, he a little older than you and everything else, but I don't know, for
Yeah.
some reason it's just me. Some reason grandmoms and you know what I mean that era they come from. It's like my grandma was born in the 40s. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like it's a different. Say it again.
Yeah, so was mine. Mine was born in 45. It's a different type of upbringing. It's a different type of respect you teach your children. It's a lot of stuff that I learned now to be a little extinct and abstract for the
Right.
normal person my age. And it
Mm-hmm.
reminds me, just shows me every day how blessed I was to have, a parent that was already 44 years older than me.
Okay.
So I was raised in a Christian home. Um, Certain stuff wasn't tolerated. Um, Certain things couldn't be done. Grandma, she wasn't playing like you just bringing in any clothes or any gadgets, anything she ain't buy. Definitely not no drugs or smoking no cigarettes and no shit like that, no alcohol. I was somewhat sheltered to a certain extent.
Okay. So growing up in Southwest, I know it's a lot of temptation out there. You see a lot of money out there back then. You know what I mean? Late
Yeah,
80s, early 90s. See a lot of money out there. You see a lot of things you want. I know
yeah.
grandma provided the best way she could, but wasn't nobody rich out here. You know what I mean? So what what age, was you jumping off that porch?
So look, right. I lived real sheltered until the age of like 10 because by the time I was 10, my grandma had got sick and she couldn't work no more. And she had to, stay at home. And being as though it was just me and her, I was the one that had to do certain things like go to the store and pick up groceries, go to a store and pay a bill, go to a ATM and withdraw cash money and do certain things. So um, in that light, I had a lot of responsibility at an early age, even in the household, helping grandma. Sometimes, doing things a nurse or a caregiver would do. But yeah, and still, this my grandma, and she took me in and took care of me, so I took care of her. But by the time I was like the age of 10 and 11, she started letting me go outside by myself and having trips to lead a block and all of that. And once that happened, man, I ain't gonna lie, it was like, kind of opening the floodgates for me because I was so used to being in a house by myself or no siblings, nobody else to play with, having to do creative shit to be entertained as a kid, you know. And most of the time, I always gravitated to like older friends, like friends. Most of my friends was maybe 3 to 5 years older than me, so it was an influence thing, and I started to see, money and guys with certain things. I wanted sneakers, and we was smoking weed. I always in my neighborhood, I would go outside as a kid and smell weed and be like, "What the fuck is that?" You know what I'm saying? Not knowing what it was, but it intrigued me for some reason. So I
Right.
gravitated to smoking weed and selling weed and everything else.
What what age was that?
Probably by the age of like 13, 14.
Okay. Usually the age where, young men start smelling themselves and you know what I mean, you think you know everything, excuse me. And you know what I mean? So what was like let me ask you, what was one of the things you ran into as like a 13, 14-year-old selling weed? I mean, it's weed, but you still gotta deal with motherfuckers. People
Nah,
look at your age and
look, first and
try to
foremost,
take
look,
advantage.
first and foremost, we ain't even had no money, man. So at first we was doing little dumb shit like that was even more dangerous than selling weed, like selling dummies and shit. So we would like make fake crack rocks and shit and sell them to like smokers that wasn't from the neighborhood that would come through Jones and looking for crack and shit. And we did that to a certain point, but then my older homie, he probably had like an ounce worth of weed or something, bagged up like a couple hundred, 175 or something. And from there it was just like it was on. If I ain't had no weed working with him, I had it on my own. I was getting it from somebody else. You know what I'm saying? But little dumb shit. Certain older niggas in the hood that try to bully you, tell you can't be on the block, and you know what I mean, might try to put their hands on you, shit
Right.
like, you know what I mean, getting jumped out on by the police, running from cops and shit. Motherfuckers snitching on me on my block because you know they see me come up from day one and they know my stock. So it's like they see my uncle, tell my uncle. I remember niggas told my uncle that I was selling crack on my grandma's house, and I wasn't. I was just selling weed.
Out the crib.
Yeah, I had little 50 bombs of weed, ounces and shit, little bean 50 packs and shit. They tell my uncle I was. They told my uncle I was selling hard, and I wasn't. I remember one day, man, Unc beat my ass that day. And to listen, shout out to Unc, that's my guy. My uncle is actually a actor, extraordinary actor, aspiring actor. His name is Rod Dion. But it's like everything that I went through with him as a kid, I appreciate now to this day. But that
That's a
day,
grown man.
yeah, that day this nigga beat my ass, man. And he was towards the end of it, he was like, "You selling crack out your grandma's house?" I'm like, God damn. I wish you would
Wow.
have said that like 5, 10 licks ago.
Yeah, I'd have let you know that was a fucking lie.
Like, nigga, I didn't sell no horror off the crib. It was just bud.
Right.
You know what I mean? But nonetheless, I was
But
still
even that's young boy shit though. Like to me, that's young boy shit. Like,
uh
you know what I mean? Selling shit out the crib and all that shit. It's like,
right.
as you get older, that's when you start to learn the dumb shit where you eat at and
Exactly.
all that good shit. But so when did you graduate from the selling marijuana and shit and you know what I mean, little 50 balls and all that? When did you graduate? What'd you graduate to and
Um,
when?
but honestly, it was a point in time where I was getting hard from somebody too in my neighborhood when I was still living with my grandma. And I kept that shit under wraps. Like she never found out ever while I was doing that shit that I was doing it. Later on in life, I had got to a point one day I had broke down and just told her I was doing certain shit because I needed somebody to talk to type shit. But yeah, man. Maybe by the time I was 18, the first time, no, not the first time, well, probably the first time she really told me I couldn't stay at her house no more. She meant it, but it wasn't because she caught me doing no drug shit. It was just because I was kind of turning into a troubled young boy. But I'm skipping time. I'm skipping shit because by the time I
Right.
was 15, if I tell you I started being in the streets and shit a little bit here and there at 14, by the time I was 16, I had lost my dad. When I lost my dad, I slipped into this serious rebellious state where it was like I was already like tunnel vision, bullheaded, do what I want to do type of nigga. But when that happened, I just felt like cheated out of a relationship that I needed, and I just had a real rebellious attitude towards life, and I was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna do what I want. So
Right.
by the time I'm 18, grandma kicked me out. I started
Damn.
my crib, homies' cribs, sleeping in their cribs, crashing in my homies' cribs, crashing in trap houses and bandos and shit. And my man, his brother, he had a block there in West Philly that was booming. You know what I'm saying? He needed people to come down there and put work in. And that's what we did. You know what I'm saying? And that was like a full-time job at that point.
Right. Well, I mean, that's really how it is. You know what I mean? That shit really is a full-time job when you really doing it the right way, at least.
Yeah,
Um,
no, like seriously, it was an organized situation. Like niggas had shifts.
right. So when you broke shit down to Gramps and you know what I mean, you needed somebody to talk to, you needed some shit to get off your chest and all that shit.
Mhm.
How was she when you told her pretty much
She
what you
wasn't.
was doing out here? Was she receptive to it or
She was receptive, but of course, she told me the truth. She told me what she knew, and she was like, kind of shocked. She
Mhm.
didn't. She didn't bark on me. She was just like, it's only a matter of time. Such and such and such and such.
Yeah. She was just trying to, prepare you for what's to come with that, if that's what you want to do. If
Not
that's
even
what you're
prepare
gonna
me.
do.
I'm pretty sure she wanted me to refrain especially with my
Yeah,
father, her first son having that type of life already.
Right.
You know, I'm pretty sure she wanted. My whole life, I think they wanted me to keep me away from it, but I learned from my own experiences that when you tell a kid, yo, don't do this and don't do that, you can't just tell them that. You gotta tell them why, because they gonna sit around and try to figure out why they telling me not to do this.
Right.
So
I learned that dealing with, my day job and shit, like I said, working in the high schools with especially with this generation of kids.
yeah,
And I'm pretty sure it's for some that was, along with our generation, but these kids today, you got to really sit down and talk to them and explain to them why, like, I'm telling you to go this route. Look, you know what I mean? You got to really break it down to them so they're just not out there trying to guess for themselves and figure out why is he telling me this or not to do this, and he's not giving no explanation. Because I come from the era of because I said so. Because
right,
I said so was that was the go to in my or because I'm the adult, I'm grown.
right, and do as
That
I
was
say.
my mom go to. Yeah. Do as I say, not as I, you know what I mean, not as I do and all that shit. So um everybody, you know what I mean, from our generation wasn't so receptive to it. Luckily I was, you know what I mean? I trusted my mom's judgment with a lot of shit. You know what I mean? Because my
And
mom was from the streets. So
that's the thing. Um, I trusted my grandma's judgment too, and I trusted my uncle's judgment too.
mhm,
But it's a difference when you with your actual biological parent because the age gap isn't but so far. Is only 9 times out of 10 it's only like 18 to 20 years. But when you get raised by somebody that's double that, you looking at it like they older, they don't know what they talking about. They don't know what's going on out here.
they out of touch.
They out of touch. Yeah.
Mhm,
Which in some ways they can be, but you know, um, with me being a man, definitely thinking grandma don't know. You know what I mean? She don't know what's going on in
yeah,
this, whatever the case may be. And then with my uncle, the thing about my uncle is I admired him and I respected him, but I never knew enough about him and that side of life to understand that he walked through the shit. You know what I'm saying? The same
right,
way I um and then on top of that, because he was, doing what he thought he should do is keeping that shit away from me. But another thing is too, when I used to get in trouble, he used to try to scare me and be like, "You want to go to jail? You ain't built for jail." I used to remember him say that shit. Like, you
right.
ain't that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm built for that shit. You ain't built for that shit. And I used to think like, damn, fuck you mean?
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? But I wish I was, honestly, when you look at it, I'm not. You know why?
Why is
Because
that?
you know what I'm saying?
Because you better than that?
Yeah, I'm way more valuable to the world and to society and to my family and my kids than I would be to being sitting in some institution. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I definitely agree with that.
So but I had to learn the hard way. You know what I mean?
So
You
what well before I even ask that question, let me ask you something, man. And you know what I mean? Like I said before we even started the interview, man, if it's something that you don't feel comfortable with, just go ahead and you know what I mean? I don't take shit personal. You already know how me and you rock, but um how did that feel you selling, you know what I mean, hard or you out here selling weed, whatever you selling, and you got addicts coming copping every day. Usually you probably got the what do they call them? The usual customers, you know what I
yeah.
mean? The reoccurring customers. How did that feel knowing that your mom is out here you know what I mean, addicted to certain drugs or whatever? And like did you see like when you served a lady, did you see your mother in that lady? Or you know what I mean? Or did you block all that shit out and just it was about money? I had to do what I had to do to get this money.
So to be honest with you, right? As a kid, I was with my mom for the first 11 months of my life, but after that, I wasn't with her. And it was times I believe where I remember vaguely of grandma saying that she would be on my block on Auden Street, just running around there, cussing her out and yelling, knocking on the door, causing a disturbance. But I don't remember visually clear enough to envision that time. I didn't. I'm gonna give it to you straight, bro. I didn't have a visual mental picture of my mother until I was like 21. So as a trapper, I couldn't envision me serving her or nothing like that because I didn't have a mental picture of what she looked like in my eyes. You
Right.
understand?
I feel you on that.
And then besides that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I used to be fucked up because I was thinking, like, damn, if I did see her and she ain't say shit, I wouldn't know it was her. You feel me? So I could have been serving my mother every play.
I never knew it.
Yeah, and that shit used to fuck with me. Like it was times where a chick could come through that joint pregnant, and I'd be like, no, I'll get the fuck out of here. 9 times out of 10 though, she'd go. It used to like make me mad. It used to give me like a trigger, and I used to like cuss her out. But 9 times out of 10, she'd go to the lookout because we used to play the lookouts as smokers and shit, and they know all the smokers. They run them in and all that type shit. You know what I mean? If you know type shit like real
Right.
trapper. But
Like you said, it was organized.
And I used to be thinking like, damn, was that my mom at one point? You know what I
With
mean?
me. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
it's traumatic, bro, but I got through it, and not to fast forward nothing, but as an adult, when I did lose my mom, all of that shit like fell out of me. Like I lost all of the inks and all of the harsh feelings I had towards her.
Mm-hmm.
I started to realize like, yo, she was here before you. She went through whatever she went. You don't know what she went through. All this shit you
Right.
talking about, you don't know what the fuck she went through. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
you can't tell the creator of you how to cope with life. You gotta love him regardless. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And
Everybody learns differently. You know what
yeah,
I mean?
definitely. And I think I had to learn from my parents how to be a good person and how to be a good parent. I learned from my parents by what they didn't do
Right.
versus by the traditional being taught by what you putting in child face. So like I said, man, when all of that happened, when she passed, unfortunately, I realized that, she was a human being, you know what I'm saying, before a mother. So I want everybody that got their mom out there still to this day to cherish your mom. I know she get on your nerves. I know she do something that you don't like. She might try to still treat you like a kid even though you're a grown up. Man, but I'm gonna tell you this shit. When
Mm-hmm.
they on, bro,
Go on.
when it's over, when somebody call you and tell you it's over, that shit, it feel like you losing a piece of your body, like, you know what I'm saying? And that's how I felt when I got that call. But go ahead back to, you know,
So yeah, I'm a we gonna tap into that too. Uh so what came first, a bid or your first kid? I ain't even meeting
uh,
around with that shit.
oh yeah, okay, I see you. I know you still got shit. Send something over. You bullshitting. But no, the first thing I did was I caught the bid first at 18. I caught a case. Then like a few months later, I had turned 19. Caught another joint. I
So
ended
you
up,
had two open at the same time?
yeah, I had two open at the
Okay.
same time, and I still was on the street on Bell
Mm-hmm.
doing the same shit every day.
So before I get in that, shout out to everybody on Instagram watching, man. Shout out my nigga Trouble. Appreciate the support. We trying to
No,
get this joint rocking and rolling slowly but surely. We're gonna have to, with consistency and everything else, we're gonna have to get it together. But we are. We in here with CCash right now. I mean, hip hop artist, battle rapper, Gas Gang affiliate. You know what I
man,
mean?
remember big games. I felt like
Yeah,
I've been
big gas.
lining for Gas Gang for a minute now. You know what I'm
You
saying?
been, you definitely been frontlining for Gas Game. Um, OG keep me, you know what I mean, just because I moved away or whatever. But OG keep me up to date with what's going on between you, Prezi, Jers,
Yup,
just anybody that's, you know what I mean, battle rapping that's involved with the clique. So,
definitely.
um, but like I said, shout out to everybody watching, man, on YouTube. Shout out to everybody watching on Instagram. You know what I mean? OG Benny, he just put that shit in there too, big gas. But Killer Tone, you know what I mean? Trouble, everybody that's just supporting and everything else, man. I appreciate it. So when you caught your 2 cases and you were still out there, matter of fact, before we even get into that, give me a story, right? I ain't asking for nothing incriminating. We ain't on no Vlad shit. Give me a
Fair
story.
time for everything I did. Oh shit. Then
All
you
right.
come.
Well, give me a story. Cause like when you a drug dealer, it's a bunch of shit that can happen unexpectedly that you don't plan for. It's shit that you can plan for. It's shit that you don't think about happening. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like that type of lifestyle is real spontaneous. So give me a story where some shit happened. Like give me one of them good stories. You know what I mean? You remember that last what like 12 years ago? This bitch tried to rob me with a hanger or some dumbass shit. Like,
All right. No, fuck all that. I'm gonna give you some real life action. Right.
all right,
So at this time, I'm trapping the 10 to 6. Right. 10
mm-hmm.
a.m. to 6 p.m. at night. The middleman 6 p.m. to 2 is bullshit and he's not coming. So if you in a workplace, say you work at Family Dollar and you the manager and your first shift guy cool, he coming to work 10 to 6 and the middleman keep not coming to work. Now what's supposed to happen? A standard traditionally the manager's supposed to step up and fill the shift somehow. If
Yeah,
they
until you find somebody else.
right, if they can't fill the shift, then what happens? The manager's supposed to fill the shift. So the way the shit worked, it was a manager on our block. We had a block worker, and we had our shift guys. I was the 10 to 6 guy. So of course, the manager is gonna ask me, "Yo, you want to stay and do the 62?" Young nigga, I ain't got nothing going on. What the fuck? I'm getting more money. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Um, that went on for so much time that
Right.
that went on for so much time that shit. I hate when I have a brain fart and lose the reason why I'm trying to get to the point of
That's it's that backwood you got, nigga.
yeah.
No, but you was talking about the buddy not showing up to work. You know what I mean? Um,
Right. He wasn't showing up. All right, cool. He wasn't showing up to work. So me thinking I'm smart, but at the end of the day, I
mhm.
was burning myself out because after I got off at 2, I would still be doing shit.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like living leisure. So it's like I'm trying to go get with bitches and well, you
Right.
gotta remember I'm 18. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
a kid for real. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I'm trying to
Yeah.
go play video games, fuck bitches, have fun, shit like that. Um, I get it in my mind, yo, let me pull somebody down here. Let me get somebody else to come do the 62. So they let me bring my guy through. I'm training him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's crazy how this shit is all like parallel to a job. But this is
Mm-hmm.
what's going on. I'm training a guy. I'm training him, but this is a nigga I went to high school with, so we thorough. I
Okay.
think nigga brought something in there I think it was a video game in there at the time. So we got the game in there and shit. We bullshit and talking and shit. Couple hours go by, and it's just like, well, I started to realize it's slow as shit, and I don't hear nothing going on outside. I don't hear my lookouts, nothing. You know what I'm saying? Mind you, I'm in a bando where you know how like a window pane is, like you got the bracket to the window, the screen, the frame, all that shit.
Yeah.
The front windows of this house is completely out to the point where you can like stand in it.
Okay.
So I'm out. I'm inside. You can't see me from surveillance points, but technically I'm outside. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This house is like that we in is connected to another house that you could, like I said, the window panes and shit is out, so you could step out of this house and step into another house through the middle room. The way the window,
right?
One that we could do that with was a house that was owned by the nigga who runs who block it is on some street shit. If you understand what I'm saying. Long story short.
Yeah, I got you.
About an hour and a half, 2 hours go by. I don't hear shit. I go look at the window. Man, it's like 4 or 5 fucking cop cars parked out there, and they not in them.
It's just the cars out there?
5 cars.
Just parked outside. No cops in them and nothing.
No cops in them. I'm like, what the fuck? You know what that mean? They're on their way in here, nigga.
Right.
They ollies and shit like that. So I tell him, this nigga, he
was the lights on or something? It's just cars just parked.
Like, no, it was daytime.
Okay.
So they hopped out, engines off, like they blitzing. Whole time they like ants coming through the alleys and all that shit. So I tell him, this nigga brings a pistol in there with him. I think he tucked the pistol. We go in the other crib. I told you that was the legit house. I go in there.
Connected joint.
Yeah, I go in there. And mind you, I got like a 600 bomb or like at least 12. Maybe like I got between 6 and 1,800 and crack on me.
Okay.
So I go in there in the basement of the other house. I start thinking like, where the fuck I'm gonna put this shit at where they're not gonna find it? Because if they come in here and grab us and they find it, I mean, I'm booked.
Right.
You know how in basements it's like a rectangular shaped thing and it got like screws on it. It's connected to the light fixtures and shit like that.
Okay.
I get a screwdriver or some scissors or something. I take that shit loose, take the back off of it, put all the crack and shit in there, lock that shit back up. So now it's a window that we could climb out of in that house. So I got my man is in the window. I'm like, watch the window and see what you see while I'm trying to stash the work. He in the window. Right. We can hear these motherfuckers, bro. We can hear him talking. We can hear him coming through the bushes, all that. Mind you, I knew it was another house across from us that was across the alley that was abandoned, but it had open windows and shit in it. So like, if you ran through the back door, you could run through the house and run through the kitchen and come out the front. So I'm like,
on the other house, on the other block.
Yeah. So I tell him, look, that house right there, you see that house? As soon as you run out the alleyway, run through and go through that house and keep running. He bitching. I'm like, go. You know what I'm saying? I already took the work. Now I'm trying to get away from the work. You know what I'm
saying? Right.
I'm like, go, nigga, go. Mind you, I put the work up. I still had like probably like 400 or 500 in cash on me. And I had some change too. I had a lot of customers that bring me quarters and shit like that. I used to take it. That day was like, we gonna get somebody to give us money for it. Long story short, we running through, we about to run. The nigga still bitching. I still hear cops. I'm like, bro, go. I'm behind the nigga, like, go. Mind you, back then, I wasn't like husky. I was husky, like a little stocky, but I wasn't like fat. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
yeah, you young.
Yeah, I'm 18. So I'm like, bro, go. Finally, he go. So he scurried through that shit. Boom, we hop the gates, go through that shit, run through there. Boom, run through the house. Boom. Once we get through the other house that's on the next block, cross the street, go through the alley. It's all these gates back there. We hop in these joints. Boom, 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 boom. We hop in these joints. I get to like the 5th gate. Mind you, when we run across the street, I see the cop car turning on the block. So I get to like the 4th or 5th gate. I see the nigga that's with me. His name Hoop. Shout out my man Hoop, man. I don't know what's up with him, but I seen him going through some bad shit last times I seen him. I hope he's still alive. But the nigga was a basketball player, so he was always fast. This nigga got to the last fucking gate, but it wasn't a gate. It was like a brick wall. He got to that joint. I seen him go over. I went and tried to jump that bitch. I get like my torso on that bitch. I feel motherfucker grab my legs. I'm still struggling with the nigga grabbing my legs. He like, listen, bro. He like, I know you want to get away, but I got you. He like, now you can either chill and come off the wall, or you can get fucked up by a bunch of cops. And I start thinking logically. I'm like, all right.
He gave you that option right there. You're going to get fucked up.
Yeah.
Or you can come down and get arrested.
Yeah. So I'm thinking like, man, I done got away from the work.
They can't prove it was yours, yeah.
Yeah.
Or if they even found it.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't think they was going to find it. Long story short, they grabbed me, cuffed me. Mind you, so many cops had ran through the joint alley and jumped the gates and shit. One of them niggas dropped this big ass 4-pound. They like, yeah, black police issue 45 recovered on a walkie. I'm like, yo, that shit ain't mine.
Yeah. The cops ain't noticed their gun was missing?
They like, calm down, we ain't say it was yours.
You just heard that shit over the walkie.
Yeah. So long story short, right? All that shit happened. They take me to the fucking hospital because my hands was bleeding and shit. Take me to the hospital. They take me, let me get my hands patched up, and they take me to the precinct on like 39th and Lancaster. Man.
Okay.
They like, the whole time they keep telling me this rundown. Yeah, we know you all out there on that block. Boom, boom, boom. This, that, and the third. Boom, boom, boom. Tell all your friends ain't no more hustling out there. They know who I am. This, that, and the third. Talk all this crazy shit to me. Whole time, they take me back to the precinct. Give me back my cheese and let me go.
They gave you back your money?
Gave me back my cheese and let me slide. Bro. Tomorrow happy.
So they ain't charge you with nothing?
No. Bro, niggas thought I was telling, bro. Niggas like, how the fuck you get out this fast? I'm like, bro, on God, they did not book me. You know what I'm saying? And I took niggas back to where the work was. But I'm like, they took the cheese though.
So they never found it.
It was like a nigga the hospital, all this shit. I was scared of shit. I'm like, man, they took their cheese, but you know,
so
I had to work it off even though I had the cheese. You know what I'm saying?
So they never found they found the work you put in up in the light fixture?
Fuck no, the cops ain't never found it.
I'm figuring
and then turned the block back on. I ain't turning it back on that night, but I passed it off.
Right. All right. So that's crazy. I mean, I'm not surprised. That's not the first time I've heard stories like that about, you know, Philly cops or whatever. Because they probably really didn't have nothing on you, but you running. You know what I mean? So did who get away?
And running, but they did know that was notorious crack block, and they knew that we was fucking with them houses. But they couldn't find the crack though.
So did Hoop get away?
Yeah, he got away. I didn't even see that nigga no more. I see him
after that.
I met up with him like a week later to get his gun. He had his gun was still stashed in the crack house.
Yeah. So damn. That shit probably got it. Like, you know what?
That'd be God. That'd be God telling you like, yo, you doing a lot of that shit. Chill out. But I didn't. I was right back down there.
That was God trying to give you a sign.
Yeah, bless you. And that was before I got locked up. And when I got locked up, they never found no drugs on me. They only found money. But they found my stash because they gripped the smoker up and asked him where I was at when I was serving them and all this, that, and the third. But when I caught my cases, it was 2 accounts of possession with intent to deliver crack cocaine over the mandatory minimum 2.5 grams. And they said both times that it was in my pocket, and it never was.
So they lied pretty much.
He did a lot of
Make the
preliminary.
charge
I
stick.
remember a lot of preliminary and a lot on the paperwork. I remember being in the back of the paddy wagon. Cop boy told me, he said, "Hey man, y'all do your job and we do ours."
That's how I go. I had
So
a
you
cop tell me that before.
my job, I can't tell you how to do yours.
Yeah. So, did you get convicted? I'm assuming, or was it
Yeah,
something else?
I did. I took a deal for 1 and 2, let that shit run concurrent.
So, how many years did you end up doing?
I did 30 months altogether, but I did 14 months, came home, violated, went back for like 8, then
How
went
long
down,
was you home before you violated?
huh?
How long was you home before you violated?
4 months.
So you getting arrested, right? You
Mhm.
going to jail. You getting out. You going back to jail for violating. How's your grandmom and your uncle reacting
They
to
tri-
this?
they tripping. I called my uncle on my birthday when I turned 22. He was like, "What's
In
up?"
jail?
He was like, "What's up, man? It's your birthday. You in jail again on your birthday?"
So this wasn't your first time in jail on your birthday,
I turned 21 upstate on my birthday. Remember, I told you I did the 14 months. I got
right?
booked on.
So how is that like? Because the closest thing I've ever had to jail, right? Closest thing I've ever had to jail
The military.
was the military.
Yeah.
So it's like when we went to Afghanistan, I turned 21 in Afghanistan.
Wow.
So, you're not drinking, you're not doing, you know what I mean? You're not doing none of that shit.
Right.
So, but that shit was almost like prison because you in a for real, bro. Our rooms was like little ass cells. And
Mm-hmm.
then, you going out on patrol every day. And I wouldn't say we was scared. Niggas was nervous because we had niggas around us dying, motherfuckers getting blown up.
Yeah.
All types of shit was going on over there, man. Motherfuckers having suicide vests, all types of shit.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
So,
It's not that scary.
okay. No,
It
I'm
was
not even talking about being scared. I'm just saying, like,
for
just
me, yeah, adapting to a new habitat that you don't know what's going on in, and people always
right.
talk about like it's so crazy.
And
I,
then not
I,
only that, it's just you spending your birthday and holidays and you not with your loved ones, you know what I mean? You got your
all right,
homies or whatever
like
in
that
there, but
real quick. When I turned 21, right,
mm,
this how spiritual I am, and I feel like I've been being as though I'm somebody that experienced a lot of death. I feel like I've been locked in with my angels for a long time, even to this day. Um, I turned 21. It was my birthday. The way the day go, you wake
mm,
up, go to child, go to yard, right? So I
right,
went to my first yard, but the second yard is when the time opens up for visiting hours, right? It's like probably
okay,
between like noon or 2, or between like 12 and 2, and down to like 8 or some shit like that, 9. Um, I'm like, I just know I'm gonna get a visit today. I ain't gonna go to my second yard because, bro, I'm 20 years old, upstate, 21 upstate. I'm going to every yard. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
Working out, playing ball every yard. I'm 20 years old, bro. I don't got nothing but energy. You know what I'm
right,
saying? So I'm like, I ain't going to the second yard. I get in the shower. I think I had to cut, um, put my fresh brown set on with my jacket. Everybody always like the jacket, the brown jacket. It's like they give you button up shirts and then they give you this outer jacket, something like a Dickie jacket. You know what I'm saying?
right, right.
Not zippers, it got buttons on it. You know what
Almost like a bomber.
I'm saying? No, it's like a spring jacket, bro. That's what it is.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I seen niggas with the bombers in that joint too. But all right.
Niggas be making shit. Niggas with a shitload of time, they be making shit and all that. But
Mm,
dog, I put my shit on. You know what I mean, hair greased up, brush my shit, spinning all that. You know what I mean? Go to the day room. I'm like, I know I'm gonna get a visit. It's my birthday, bro. I'm playing Scrabble with my man. Mind you, it's 2010. It's a video a Nicki Minaj playing on the screen. So we all like aerial looking up at the screen, but I'm moving my scramble shit. You know what I mean?
The letters. Right.
Yeah, moving my shit, putting my shit on the board. By the time we finish, stop looking at Nicki, I look at my board, look at my letters. First four letters is TANK. Tank. That's my pop nickname.
Wow. Did you take it as a sign, or how did you feel? Did you take it as a sign, or how did you feel when you saw it?
I took it as a sign. I looked at that shit like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's my birthday. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's special. Like I want to see certain people today. Like I'm in jail. Like you know what I'm saying? Like that shit was everything. And then probably like 30 minutes after that, I got the call to go in the visiting room. My uncle was out there. My little brother, rest in peace, Dion, and my sister. You know what I'm saying? They was all out there.
That's love, man. So how did it make you feel when you go in that day room and they out there, that visiting room, they out there
That shit was everything, bro.
show you love. You know what I mean?
It was everything.
That's what's
I
up.
wasn't that far from home, but it
Where the hell you located?
I was in Chester at the time, right there.
Okay.
At the Harris Casino. So,
Right.
still motherfuckers got to stop what they doing, stop the emotion on the street, let this, come
Yeah,
see.
take time to come up there and see you.
Like that shit is real. So I appreciated that. I respected that shit. Like, that shit was dope. But
So when you got out,
mhm.
was that your last time going to jail? Like, did you switch
No,
shit up?
I told you. Oh, you mean when I got out the last time?
Yeah. After you went back after the 4 months and you violated and went back.
Out the last
Was
time.
that
That wasn't my last time. No, I walked. No, yeah, I had probation when I got out the last time. I had 24 months probation to walk off, and because I caught a new case off the state bed, and
right?
I walked off 22 months, and I caught a case with what I thought was my friend at the time, trying to do some moving business, and niggas wanted to steal and all this extra shit, and long story short, I ended up having to do 3 to 36 months. I did from 4 to 36 months, 4 in jail, and the other 36 months I did on the street on probation. But I had to sit for this nut ass case when I was just trying to go to work and make some money
Be
legit.
legit. Yeah. So, but that's one of the things you learn early on in life. You know what I'm saying? You start to learn who really your friends and who really not, and how to read people better as an adult
Yeah.
and all that shit. So, how hard was it though? Because I know it's hard for some people. How hard was it for you to do 2 years of probation and all that shit?
I was chilling because by that time I think that was like 2012 when I came home off that, like, off the 4 months.
Trouble
2012.
on the Instagram chat got me cracking up, man.
What they talking about?
Trouble, he like, shit, that's enough right there. You know what I mean? The 2 times is like, that's good right there. That 3rd time, I understand that wasn't your fault. You was trying to be on some legit shit. You just
Yeah,
happened
but
to be around some bad people.
yeah, at the end of the day, you really gotta when you call yourself changing your life and getting out the streets and all that shit, you really gotta change everything around you. And
Right.
most of the time, it's not easy to do because we all around certain shit by circumstance. But
Right.
I made it easier because certain shit evolved in my life at the time. I went through a little breakup, and then by like 2014, I met with what is my queen today. So, but
Oh, so y'all got a dime in.
yeah, we known each other since 2014, but we've been together since like 2015.
Okay.
On and off though, you know what I'm saying? too. I'm
Right.
gonna keep it 1,000,
I
but we got children,
think
and
I met her before, but yeah.
I don't think you met Zani before. I don't
No,
think so.
she ain't come to no event or nothing like that.
Uh,
Okay. All right. That's why I said I think, you know what I mean?
you might have seen me
But
with.
on a
I just,
break.
we had breaks and shit. Like we had issues. You know how that shit go. You talking about 10? You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. It's listen, especially when you at a young age though.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Facts.
Especially when if I'd have met my wife when I was, you know what I mean, 21, 22, 23, we wouldn't have made
Nah,
it.
I met,
We
met my
wasn't gonna make it.
when we was 20, 26 and 24. She had turned 25. Then I turned 27. So I'm 2 years older than
Oh,
her.
okay. Okay.
Um, yeah, we was together for a year, and then we had our daughter in 2016.
Okay.
So
So how was that though? Like having you now, are you into music by this time or are you still just trying to do some
when I
legit shit?
2010, I was fucking with the music in the studio, doing shit, going to bars, performing, going crazy. You know what I
So
mean?
what
Then
got you into that?
I was
Like, did you always rap or
always
did you like
rapping. I was always rapping. I never stopped rapping through the jail time. None of that shit. I never stopped rapping. So when I came home, my homie, Shouty Ma, his name Mook Nice. He from Philly, from Auden Street too.
mm,
Um, he was doing this thing with a squad called the Squatters, and he like we walking and shit, going somewhere. He talking about Meek. He like, yeah, Meek around, but I'm around too. Then he showed me the video. He doing shit with these niggas, going crazy, like all in the bars and the clubs, going crazy with the bitches twerking in the video. It's like, and
mm,
it's like the new sound too. It's like it ain't what I'm used to, like rapping hard and talking that street shit. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? It's like
'Cause
he
I
pop.
like it was what made Meek so successful in my eyes was what made him different from all the top artists back then, you know, your
You
Reeds and
play shit in the club.
Jihads and all that. He can make songs. Like to me, the first real song that was popping from Meek was probably In My Bag.
Yeah, but he had
You
I
know what I
think
mean?
shit before that.
Now he did, but commercial, I'm
Yeah,
talking about. Like on
that
some commercial shit.
was general enough to touch like more than the hood. Yeah, I get you. Yeah.
Yeah. That shit
So,
can be on the radio in any city.
yeah.
That to me, that's how I felt at the time. Like this junk could be on that separated him from a lot of motherfuckers to me. So when you know you was rapping and everything else, before jail, in the jails, after the jails, what made you take it serious? Like, all right, I'm gonna go learn how to record in the studio and all this shit.
It was my guy. It was my guy.
Was
Mook
it was
Nice
it, it
that
was Mook,
shit right in front of me. You know what I'm saying?
right?
Huh?
So you was just I'm just saying, so you was just around with him.
Yeah,
You
like
kind of studied a
hell
little bit,
no. He told me what was going on, and then he was like, "Look, come through. We about to go to the studio." These guys was doing this shit in a mom basement area Friday called some Rock Fridays. Basically, we would be all over there deep, smoking, drinking, listening to
right?
music, rapping. Some niggas recording. You know what I mean? We got bitches, all that. So I'm like, damn, that's it. And then every venue we went to, the where they was performing, we was just rocking out, mobbing out, 20 deep and shit like that. So
Right.
one day I'm in that joint and they put this beat on, and I just started going in to this joint I had called Stress Box. They got me
Okay.
sitting in the stress box, waiting on a home playing sick and come up shows and fucking Philly home dreams. Like it was like my jail shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And them niggas was loving that shit. They like, man, go in the booth. So from there, I just was like picking and choosing times to come down there and fuck with them. You know what I'm saying? And record and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I had a couple little joints on YouTube that they put out. You know what I mean? Shit like that. But it was just all at their discretion or whatever.
Right.
They wasn't really pushing me. They was
Oh man. Let's see if we can get cash that real quick. I'm surprised niggas don't have that many name flips for cash. I don't know. I probably got to watch his battles more in depth. Cause yeah, I'd have had so many fucking name flips. You know what I mean? Cash back. You know what I mean? Tap Mac. You know what I mean? Just because he see cash. It's like I'd have probably had so many different name flips for the nigga. But I want to remind everybody while we work on getting him back on the show, I want to remind everybody to like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure you follow us on our socials. We definitely appreciate y'all, man, tapping in with us. We back for 2025 with the Gaas Chamber Battle League interviews and stuff like that, man. Interviewing your favorite artist, battle rapper, anything with music, actors, for real, stuff like that, man. And like I said, I just want to appreciate y'all and show my love that for y'all, you know, tapping in with us and everything else. Yeah, trouble. Jail bars be crazy, man, when you sitting and doing your time, and you know what I mean, it's a lot of pain and stuff like that, and you just want to get that shit out and express it. But
My
make sure
little,
y'all
my little sister on my phone and shit. My bad.
oh, you good. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel, man. Shout out to everybody watching on Instagram. Shout out to everybody watching on YouTube. Shout out, you know what I mean, everybody that's supporting us and everything else, man. Shout out to the whole Gas gang, man. This is the Gaas Chamber Battle League interviews with Meech. And you know, we in here with rap artist / battle rapper CCash, man.
Oh, okay.
Definitely interesting story. Straight out of Southwest Philly. You know what I mean? Never not working. You know what I mean? Gas gang representing, you know what I mean? All that good shit. So now you getting your feet wet, you recording, you got Mook, you know what I mean, motivating you. You know what I mean? You seeing what he doing.
Yeah, my shows, all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
So you making songs and everything else. When do you get into the battle rap? Because I knew you grew up like I did. You grew up like I did, watching niggas battle on camera, too raw for the streets, all that good shit.
So look, this is the point where I leave all of that shit. This is the point where I leave battle rap and just rapping over beats and talking about everybody, every bar and all of that shit. This is where I from that, because I just came home from jail. I'm battling niggas in jail and all of that too. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I was in a hole in the RE2 battling niggas on the gate, cuz. You know what I'm saying? I think I said that in one of my battles before, like before Dre, in a hole smoking niggas on the gates. Like literally.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, cause if anybody that been upstate or been in the county, been in the hole, you know that's a restricted unit where you can't talk to nobody like that on the regular.
Yeah.
So if you was like housed away from a nigga that, like, say a nigga was across the tier, you can't talk to him through the vent. Y'all ain't in the same line. You gotta talk to him on the gate, but everybody else can hear what you say. So you gotta talk a certain way if you talking to somebody about some, you know, private shit. But I battled a nigga on the gate before, cuz. You know what I'm saying?
So how did that go?
That shit was crazy. Like, nigga died. I had an op on the block at that time, and even he was talking about it to somebody. Like, and me and this nigga had some real smoke. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, not from the streets, from some jail shit, but it was real.
Right.
I ain't see this nigga to this day. I'm glad I haven't though.
Yeah. I mean, look. God work in mysterious ways, man. The older I get, the more I get evidence that shit is true.
Right.
You know what I mean? No matter what God you pray to, all that, them niggas work in mysterious ways, man. Like you know what I mean? Just how life be working out, man. Shit just be hitting you. You like, yo, ain't nothing but God right there. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but all right, so yeah, when did like battle rap into what we know battle rap is right now with the platforms, and when did that come into?
That didn't kick in until like after 2020 when I lost my brother and my homie. You know what I mean? My first well, I always was trying to build a team since 2012. Like, went like, all right, so if I was messing with my guy in 2012 and all of that shit, like, it was a point where I think he got booked or somehow we separated, and I started doing my own shit, and I start like building my own brands up and shit. So I always was trying to build a hand-picked team of all my niggas that I thought was hot. And then on top of that, when my little brother died and my homie died, I was like, you know, my homie had a studio, and I tried to make myself a manager at the studio because I was locked in with his homies that
Right.
taking over his part of the situation. So my homie Don, he had control of the studio room that they had, that my man Gutter was working in before he died. So I'm like, bro, what's the rent in this joint? He tell me the number. I'm like, damn, you know, I could definitely, you know, come through and try to build up for that. Like, you know, create some revenue to, I mean, get that shit done. And then, you know, of course, reap the benefits of having a studio. So I tried to do that shit. But that ain't work out because of the other people we had in there, they was kind of reckless. They wasn't really making no money. They was kind of sociopath type niggas. Like, they can make the music, they can engineer and do the shit, but they couldn't. They ain't know how to bring no money in. They ain't know how to talk to nobody. And I'm
Okay.
a whole personality and an artist. I'm like, bro, all I gotta do, and I had followers at the time, over 10K. I'm like, all I gotta do is come here and shoot a freestyle and tell niggas to come through here. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
Um, I started doing shit like that, giving them niggas plays, giving them booking sessions for them, booking big sessions. And them niggas, you know, was dropping the ball. So I got my own engineer. Shout out to Tuna too, man. That's my young boy. He going through some mental shit. Last time I talked to him, but I pray for him.
Be like that, man. Mental health is real, man. Niggas gotta understand that shit. If
No, for
you
sure.
need help, go
I'm
ahead and
not
seek help for
like
that stuff, man.
make fun of him. I'm saying that like, you know, I feel.
No,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, that shit ain't
But
no joke, man. Trust
at
me. Like I go to therapy. Um, my homegirl really got me into it. My other homie, I know he goes to therapy and stuff like that. It don't work for everybody, but if it work for you, go get in tune with your mental health, man. Get yourself together for you and your loved ones.
or talk to somebody on a regular at least. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
at least.
But so I got the engineer in there, and like now they see I don't need them to make money in the stew, and they like, damn, you had this other engineer in there, he messing up the programs, and this don't work and that don't work. So niggas told me this shit ain't work for like a week. I slide through there one night. That shit working. But what I didn't realize is they was running a play. So I called one of them like, yo, that shit working. Next you know, they come down there. I think I had a little slide in there with me or something. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
These niggas coming there, they all dreaded and they got 30s with them and shit. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
ain't intimidated by that shit, but she is. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? They just wasn't businessmen. So I'm like,
Yeah, it'd be
I'm
like
gonna
that.
just go ahead and get away from this shit before I go from a business deal to another case. You know what I'm saying?
You just gotta separate yourself sometimes,
Yeah.
man. Once you see shit going left and you already know where it's headed, the maturity in you, you know what I mean, would separate yourself and get away from those type of people. So
No,
I
you
definitely understand.
know, time and all that shit, my family. So,
Yeah,
long story short, I'm like, all right. So what else? Like, I felt like I made myself the busier, the more people I lost. You know what
mm,
I'm saying? And you know, I had already been watching, you know, the Battle Academy and you know shit like that, little URL shit here and there. And I'm like, I could do that shit. Like, I was battling niggas when you just had to have your hottest verses, and whoever ran out of raps first lost the bet.
yep,
So of course I could sit down and cultivate a whole situation for niggas. Like, that was easy to me. I thought, you know. So what happened was the Battle Academy through an event, we would come out and perform. And when we came out and performed, we was judged by some bigger names. And once we was judged
okay,
by these bigger names, then they made like a finalist situation for us to go to get like on a party bus. We got on a party bus, niggas celebrating, taking shots. Next thing you know, is niggas battling on a party bus for the top spot in the house. So long story short, it was the first segment or the first sequence of the Battle Academy show that they put on
was this
Tubi.
the reality show?
Yeah, the reality show.
Mm,
So that footage never came out because they scrapped it. But on that show and through that competition, I was getting in the little sparring matches, and at the time, I ain't had no battle raps. I was just spitting mixtape freestyles and shit. And like the way I rap, very energetic, very passionate. It was coming off like that, so niggas was
Like a battle
fucking.
rap.
Yeah,
Was Jers with you on this reality show, John? I think he was.
me, Jers, Crush was on it.
Yeah, I
Uh,
remember
uh,
Crush was involved.
um, Jim B. Dot was
Jim
on
B.
it.
Dot. Yep. Shout out to Jim B. Dot. It's my guy.
Yeah, Jay Bars was on it, of course. Y'all know
Mm.
that through the whole story line with me and him and shit.
Mm.
And Jackpot was on that John.
Mm.
Who else? A few niggas on that John. But
So after that didn't work, how that shit go? After y'all was done filming,
like,
they didn't.
I made it like towards the finals, and I had to battle Crush, and he got out on me.
Okay.
And if you know me, you know I don't like to lose shit.
Mm-hmm.
Not even my hair.
Mm-hmm. Control what you can control, nigga.
But anyway, I'm like, man, I can do this shit. I came off that joint. I started writing all these battle raps. Mind you, I had linked up with Jers. Jers was like, yo, you fire. He like, take my number. I'm gonna lock you in with some, some niggas that can help you and shit like that.
Right.
All right. So long story short, about a month go by, he called me. Yo, we got this battle we doing. Trap House Bones and Gaas Gang. He put me on the phone with Prezi. You know what I mean? So at the time, I had been watching battles, and I had seen Prezi versus News. I was like, oh, you the nigga Shank. I was like, man, I want to battle you.
Mm-hmm.
Laughing and shit. Like, you don't want to battle me. Like, you know what I'm saying? This and the third. But when I was watching that shit, I want to battle niggas that's fire. You know what I'm saying? That's what inspired me to want to do it.
That's what make you better as well.
Yeah. So, long story short, he like, yo, spit that shit for him that you spit for me. So I started going in. Mm-hmm. This joint where I battled Bucksy, it was this round where I was like, what I say, he gang bang. What I say, something, a blood shot. Some shit, spin his block. What I say, 10 times do a sequel. Some shit, I forget the part. I gotta pull it up, but long story short, I spit that shit to him. President was like, yeah, that shit crazy. He was like, he could smoke anybody with that round, like with that one round. So we long story short, we set up a one rounder for me and this guy named Jay Bucksy. Came out, I performed. Bucksy performed first. He fucked up, gave me the lead. I went crazy with that shit. I think I had my heaviest punch was this joint where I was like, I can't believe they got me wrecking with this Buster. I ain't Rod Digger, some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
And niggas was like, Tom, like they cut me off. I had more to go. It's like, Tom. So I kind of came into this shit celebratory. Like, then I had my second battle. I think my second battle was with a guy named, E Monster. Shout out to E Monster. Rest in peace, E Monster. He passed away too. You know what I'm saying? And my second battle, that went well. I won that joint. It was in Delaware. Then my third battle, I think, was Jay Bars. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you can count it if you want to. I don't even really count that shit.
It's out there.
Yeah.
Niggas
it is what it is.
Niggas be trying to flip bars on me from that shit. So, and it was about, like, at the time, I had a lot of followers. And when
you smash that straight?
Yeah, that straight shit and all that. And the burgers and all the shit, the antics and shit.
Yeah, the antics.
Yeah, niggas wasn't used to that at that time at all. You know
I remember being at that battle, right?
Yeah.
And I hopped in my phone. I'm listening to the battle. I'm standing on the couch. Me, Stro, OG, Mill Ticket. We was all in there, right? I'm standing on the couch. I looked at my phone because, like, I didn't even see I just heard the bars. And then I'm looking at my phone. I think somebody texted me or whatever. I'm looking at my phone, and I just heard the straight hit the stage. You know what I mean? I was like, what the fuck? I looked. Them niggas was going crazy. I'm like, yo, what the fuck going on, Stro? Like, this nigga just slammed it straight in this nigga face. Like, just smashed that shit on the nigga face. You should see the nigga face. He looked like he wanted that joint. Like, yo, Stro was going crazy that day, man. That shit was funny as shit. So I'm like, word? I'm like, you lying? He like, no. So once the footage came out and I actually saw it, to me, that made it way better because you hear about it, but you know what I mean? Once you see it on camera, you like, yo, this nigga really pulled some shit out of his pocket, slammed that shit right in front of him, called him a dope fiend, all types of shit through. Was it a 3-round, John? Was it?
That was a 3-rounder too.
He called him a dope head. You called him a crackhead for 3 rounds.
Yeah, for 3 rounds. I had so many intricate ways to call him a crackhead.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, you called this nigga a crackhead for 3 straight rounds, yo.
I mean, that was the angle I had to make it look good. And
but listen, you definitely, when I met you definitely already had I thought you been doing this shit as far as like battle rap, what it is today. Because for real, when I met you, you had the charisma already when you was battle rapping. You had your bars, obviously. You know what I mean? So it was like, I thought this nigga was a seasoned vet. You know what I mean? I didn't think you was just getting your feet wet. So, you know what I mean? But, so fast forward, you go through all these battles. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm like 25 in now. 26.
I'm a little, man. He's fucking cold. But you go through all these battles, different leagues. You know, you battled on our league. You battled on Gates of the Garden. What's that? K Shark TV. Just so many different platforms.
Ain't dropped yet. Yo, Lex Luthor, I'll battle whoever is in control of that. What's up with that? I need to know. Like, you know what I mean, I pulled up to Long Island Staten Island to do that. You know what I'm saying?
You went out to Strong Island.
No, Staten Island. It was like an hour away.
That's what I call Strong Island. I don't know what New Yorkers call it. There might be another thing for Long Island, but Staten Island, Wu-Tang, all them niggas. But yeah, I mean, look, you traveling, you going to Staten Island. You came down here. You went to North Carolina.
That battle ain't dropped either. CCash versus Your White
in North Carolina.
Yep.
So you had that battle. You had, I think you battled in DC, in Baltimore. What you been learning since like when you first getting your feet wet, you know, with the battle rap, J Bars and all that shit, up until CCash right now, what has he learned in between? You know what I mean, and developed into as far as
the battles?
Yeah, battles, your artistry, all that shit. Because your music today is not gonna sound like your music from 2017. You see what I'm saying?
As far as the battles, man, I've learned that the best battlers connect every line, they layer every line, they get to the point as fast as possible, they change cadence, they're funny, but also very serious, and you know, just give a good balance. Schemes are important.
Right.
I learned crowd control, breath control. Breath control was always something I struggle with, because me being so passionate about this shit, I would yell and scream at the top of my lungs.
Right.
I learned about the business of this shit. You get what you negotiate and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might want something out of a battle or want a situation to work. But you know, you might not be getting the best deal for it, but you might have to make the situation work the best way for yourself. So, you know, being strategic. I learned different areas. I like to study areas. Like, if I'm battling a nigga, you know, you gotta know to read the room, so to speak, like the last card that they just had. You know what I'm saying? If you know this crowd like this type shit, or they into this or whatever, you might gotta gear you around towards some shit in there that's going to directly resonate with that crowd. Like when I went to the first battle that I did for Only the Real Battle League, OTR, shout out my guy Southside Poe. He had me battle the guy Tyrant Fly from over there, and I had a whole scheme, a whole Trenton scheme. Um, was about like 4 different areas in their neighborhood, and
Right.
niggas like, how the fuck you know about that? You know what I'm saying? Or
Right.
I mentioned like shit like NJ Weedman's joint. That's like a dispensary out there. You know what I mean? Shit like
Okay.
that. That they wouldn't think I would know because I ain't from out there. So it's a lot of little shit I learned. I learned how to play with current events a lot. You know what I'm saying? If some shit happened 3 days ago and the battle is the 4th day and I say some shit that happened yesterday or the day before yesterday, niggas like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
As long as it's delivered correctly, you know what I mean? Like, so,
So
a lot, bro. Learn a lot.
don't listen. All I'm gonna tell you is, as far as your battle, I don't know who my man was you battled in Marcy, and I don't know if I should know him, if I shouldn't know him. I don't know.
You should
Don't
know him
battle.
because he's a character. He's a character more so than a battle rapper, honestly.
Yeah, don't battle that nigga no more. That shit made me so angry, man.
That was a good look for me at that time.
I understand that. I understand all that shit. I
And that's
just
one of my highest viewed battles.
I'm looking at the shit and your round, cool. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's cash.
No,
Game start rapping.
okay.
I,
Let's
I
talk about
felt
that.
I felt
Listen,
like I was lost.
listen. That round, right, was so crazy because not only was I fucking him up the whole round, but I told that nigga, you not ill, bro. You suck dildos. Cause you be choking dyke
Pause.
bitch, right? And you from Philly. We is in the heart of Marcy Projects. And
Right.
guess what nobody in there said though?
Nobody said pause.
Nobody did. Everybody was like, oh shit. What'd he say?
That's
Damn.
wild.
Yo, that was crazy. Nobody said pause. Only one nigga. He was looking at his man like, yo, fucking when he put, like, pushing him and shit. He like, I'm too
Yeah.
Harlem though. I'm too Harlem.
No, fuck that.
That's the only
But
thing he said.
shout out to Bar You to Death for you know what I
Yeah,
mean, having you on a platform and everything else, to cough up a lung card and all that good shit.
yeah, I was on that card,
Um,
on another card out there in the record and shit. But even that, I think you wasn't. I don't know if you was around for that, but that was a crazy situation because I battled a nigga out there in front of Sweet Sever. I think Head Ice was in the building, and Ike P, and the nigga dissed my dear mother and shit. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, that's a little tough.
Yeah.
But
It was a whole controversy around it. Niggas in the city was ready to push the button and shit like that. And I
right.
knew I had drops, all types of shit, but I wasn't even
So
tripping. You know what I'm saying?
give people a little snippet real quick.
Mm.
This was CCash versus the Smoke in New York. I don't think it was no smoke,
Wow.
honestly.
That's what he called himself, the smoke of NY.
Yeah, I don't know what he was smoking on,
He don't give a fuck about rap.
but
You kind of fat. He'll shoot you till your stomach is flat. See, everybody want this smoke until they coughing up her lungs collapse. My nigga, rest in peace to Chinks. Get the fuck about my dope house. Cause I blow smoke in smokehouse like I got dope out. I bag and sell in smokehouse.
this is
like
my
it's
favorite
a coke house.
scheme
I
joint right here.
smoke in smokehouse.
Yeah.
That is the smoke
Smokehouse.
house.
Yeah.
And we cooking any beef we see. I need a nigga smoke wet without the PCP. Go,
Like that joint right there, that to me, like, go ahead and pack your shit up, my man. Go ahead and go to the crib. No, for real. Like, go ahead and go to the crib, man. We gonna holler at you.
It's deeper than that. Like I really watched the shit out of him though in that joint.
Yeah. Once he started rapping, and you can tell he was just like freestyling and finding shit to say.
Yeah.
It was like, yeah, this joint's a done button. Like, is you know what I mean? In the words of my man Ocho Cinco, man, you kiss the baby. You know what I mean? It's over with. But
yeah. So where are we at now?
just I ain't going to dwell on it too much. We already talked about Gramps, you losing your brother, and then your mom. You already, said how you dealt with that, and it pretty much released all the built up aggression and feelings that you had towards her and everything else.
Yeah.
Um, Real quick before we get out of here, like how does that still influence your music to this day?
Um, it just
Does it?
allows me to be more vulnerable because I feel like when you speak on this stuff and tell people how bad you feel or how stuff has been hurting you, it allows you to let go of the pain somewhat. It's somewhat therapeutic. So it
Okay,
just honestly, I feel like I'm making some of the best music in my life. You know what I'm saying? Cause it's like I'm at I'm at therapy. It's like I'm
that's
saying
what it is. Yeah,
my therapist, but my therapist in their booth. You know what I'm saying?
I think Prezi said that to me one time. Like
And
going
also,
to the studio is
yeah, also
therapeutic
with
for him.
as far as the battle rap shit, man, like after all of that shit happened, and me and Prezi agree on this too. It's like we done lost all these people. It's like, what
Yeah,
can you say to me, nigga, that's going to really hurt my feelings, nigga?
yeah.
I seen it. Listen, I told a nigga, I just told this to Rex Ruger a few months ago. I said, I'm tired of niggas acting like I'm low tier. When I was walking all them tears, I ain't shed no tears. I
Mm.
seen it. I said, I seen the strongest woman that I ever knew laying lifeless. You think I'm about to cry if you die right here? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hmm.
this shit, it ain't too much that can phase me no more besides somebody trying to hurt my family. You know what I'm gonna do about that. So it's like you niggas can't really touch me mentally. You know what I'm saying? And like to this point, that's how I carry it. You know what I mean? I show love to everybody. I'm humble. But when it comes down to that mental like adversary type of thing, niggas don't be standing a chance, bro. I just had the battle with Dre. The
Right.
whole 2 weeks
So
before 2 weeks before the battle with Dre Dennis. 2 weeks before it's announced, me and him knew we was gonna do it because previous to that, I had a battle lined up with another guy who was a little decorated. His name is Jay Kruger.
okay,
Niggas know him out Jersey. This nigga was on
I
UR.
heard the name before.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Um, and niggas was in my DMs talking shit, trying to heckle me and all that. I had the shit lined up, and he ran off with a deposit on some nut shit.
With Jay,
Yeah.
that's bad business.
Well, he's
That's,
known for hiatuses. When I got the battle, niggas told me he was a step off artist anyway. So I'm like, man, I talked to the nigga. He said he was gonna go through with it. So I'm like, all right.
why
I
would you even book a motherfucker like that? Man? But that's a question for the
you
league.
know,
But go
he was
ahead.
a loud boy too, original loud boy.
Mm. So how did you just had the battle with Dre, right? Was that Saturday?
Howard embarked. So because of that, it was a discrepancy in monetary things. So me and him orchestrated a deal for the Drake Dennis battle versus CCash. And that's how it became about. But like I was saying with the mental shit, we knew it was about to come out, and I told the nigga, I hope you're ready for me to kill you on the internet every day.
Mm.
So once I said that, the flyer wasn't even out yet. He watching my page every day.
It was
He
Dre.
on, yeah, he talking shit to me in my DMs, in my stories, and shit like that.
Mm.
I'm like, bro, chill. I ain't even start going crazy yet. You only making it bad for yourself. You know what I'm saying? And then when I start the shit, I drop I drop a picture of Mr. T, thousand chains on with
All
the
the change.
mohawk. Look, Dre like to wear a bunch of jewelry and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I got the app to the point now where it ain't just a head plastered on the neck. It's the features. It's Dre Dennis features on Mr. T. You know what I'm saying? So you wake up and you Mr. T. Then you wake up again and you oh yeah, he stole one of my lines. He said some shit about Adam No Molecule in a battle. And I'm like, damn, that freestyle been out for some years. Remember that
Mm.
freestyle I had to that beat that Prezi had? I don't know how to cap. Rappers be frauds, and I'm tired of that. I ain't
Yeah,
never backdoor nigga, and I'm proud of that.
out of
You know
that,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? I'm like, bro, I know you seen that joint. I had that joint on multiple pages.
And then he be tuned in with what Prezi got going on as well.
Yeah,
So
so long story short, I was bombing on him, and the nigga blocked me.
he blocked you before the battle?
Yeah, then it was a situation where his girl liked the
Man.
post that we had, the collaborated post. Mind you, the nigga be parading his girl on all his pictures and going to the games with her, and you know they so booed up, they in love and all that cool shit. And that's nothing wrong with that. Shout out to
Yeah,
Black
she do
Thug.
real estate or something, right? I remember that from the Prezi battle. I think she do like real estate or
Oh,
something.
that's a new chick. Yeah, a new chick now. Yo, I
Oh,
can't
shit.
see you see the video, the battle, bro. This shit is crazy. It's
So the
insane.
joint was Saturday, right?
Yeah, it was
This past Saturday. So how did the event go?
the event went great. It was some other dope spitters in the building. C Still was in there rapping. He had a good night. Who else had a good night? Bliss Creed. He was in there. He had a good
Shout
night.
out Bliss.
Who else was going crazy? My boy Torch Gunner from West Philly. He had a good night.
That's what's up.
Trapman King was in the building. He ain't really
Shout
had.
out Trapman King, man. That's still my nigga. I still fucks with Trapman King. But yeah,
I got
man.
a battle booked to battle this nigga out fucking in the Bronx on the 25th.
That's dope.
He wanted a rematch. He wanted a rematch on beat though. You know I've been battling niggas on beat.
Yeah. I seen you with the headset on and shit and all
Can't
that.
fuck with me, bro, on no levels, bro. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
And that's when I'm out.
it.
Niggas like I'm doing music. I got my
Mhm.
own artists. I got a
Mhm.
clique that fuck with me outside of my own artists. And I could battle you niggas acapella and on beat. So
And
what
on beat,
are we really talking about? And I'm podcasting. And I'm about to fuck around being some movies. What
So
we talking?
let niggas know what you got going on, man, before we get out of here.
Man, listen. I
And
got
let them know what they can look forward to seeing you on, or what you a part of, and just everything CCash.
CCash versus Dre Dennis, man. That shit about to drop on Gate to the Garden Battle League.
Shout out
Gate
to
to
the
the Garden
Garden.
YouTube. Go subscribe now. You know what I'm saying? Even though we had a good battle, me and Dre, I fuck with Dre. I fuck with the fact that he's still trying to, work from the ground up at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He ain't had to take my battle. This nigga got 300 battles. He got 5 million. So
Right.
he ain't had to
Well, that's
take.
why I always feel like Dre Dennis is that gatekeeper in between the battle rappers trying to make a name for themselves and getting to that next level. I always feel like Dre Dennis is that first boss you got to beat on the video game.
No, for sure.
You know what I mean? That
Or
type of
at least do business with. You know what I'm saying?
right,
So
right.
I fucks with him for that level, and he's a cool dude. You know what I'm saying?
When he not blocking you.
Yeah, as long as you're not doing that type of shit. But anyway, I know I'm a mess though, but I really be taking out my bad energy.
You got to fight, man.
In these good ways. Yeah, I be finding ways to take my bad energy and do, something positive with it. Yeah, I'm getting on your nerves and talking shit about you. But we doing this for the greater good of battle rap, correct? You know what I'm saying?
That's what it is. You got to sell the fight.
But yeah, CCash versus Dre Dennis, man. Get your popcorn, sit down, watch that joint, replay it. Tell me how y'all feel about it in the comments.
I'm going to let you know.
Yeah, I'm going to be going crazy with the promo on my end. I got another battle next week, January 25th versus Trapman King on beat, Cypress City.
In the Bronx.
Yeah, in the Bronx. Shout out Polo Ground Mass.
What platform is that?
Yeah, it's called Cypress City.
Okay.
They just seen me on K Shark last year, so they was fucking with me heavy too. So they wanted me to come over there and rap. True Battle League supposed to have me on some shit soon. I got some shit coming up in March for Only the Real Battle League. A guy named Real Revenue. He been dying to battle me for some time now. So I'm gonna go over there, cash a check and whip on his ass.
Right.
Who else? I'm supposed to? I got a bunch of shit going on. I think I got another battle for TMI Battle League. That's another on beat league, but they out Atlanta. And I'm trying to go out there and move and shake anyway. So that's a move I'm trying to make. CCash the album though, that's out right now. 11 tracks, all real shit, pain. troubles, you know what I mean, trials and tribulations, my real life story shit. Videos is definitely coming soon for that.
Okay.
I got a new artist up under my belt. His name is Boss Beneficial. He's been into the battle scene. He had a battle on OTR, he had a battle on Gates of the Garden, and he had a battle on Battle Academy. The Gates of the Garden battle, he got 2 battles out. He got some music coming. He's dope. I'm talking about these niggas 24. He's 24. He rap like he 34.
Word.
You know
That's
what I mean?
what's up.
He was a brother and a friend to my little brother Dion. Rest in peace, Dion. You know what I'm saying? So you know where the energy is like on that. And
Yeah.
he got some singles coming, Johnny and 101. We got another banger that I'm gonna release as a single for my next project. That's called Steppin' Remix. A song I had on my prior project called Net Worth. And I got Boss Beneficial and Johnny Lace on the song with me. We going crazy on that joint.
Okay.
Yeah, man. And check me out on Sipping with Sammy every Monday. Or I just did a podcast called The Vibes Podcast. Shout out my guy Fat Mike, 23rd Street. He about to drop that joint. That episode about to come out soon. January 26th, damn, I'm supposed to link up with OPP Podcast and do they joint. Bro, I really be having to look through my phone and see everything. I got a lot of shit going on.
Just make sure you schedule shit and organize it the right way and everything else. So, listen, man, it's better than not having nothing. You know what I mean, going on and trying to figure out what you about to do.
I appreciate it, even though I'm still trying to balance my life with my family, my kids, with trying to be an artist and trying to get out there and, you know, get into this industry and make some money and make some moves. So, you know,
yeah,
we're going to be what we can be. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Sipping with Sammy. Make sure y'all tune into that with my man CCash every Monday.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Look out for his album. You know what I mean? CCash, the album. I mean, go ahead and get that. It's out already.
Platforms. YouTube,
look out.
Spotify. You can go get on all of them.
All the major platforms. Go get that CCash, the album. Look out for the Dre Dennis versus CCash battle that dropping any day now or whatever. And tap into him, man. Go on YouTube, type in CCash versus, and just check out some of his battles.
Do that. Listen, go on YouTube and subscribe to CCash NNW Gaas on YouTube. I got all my battles in the playlist and it's public. I got 24 battles right there for you. All
there you go.
In order. Like if you look at my shit from bottom to top, it's not even like a 3-month gap in my shit, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, look. It never not working. That's what this shit called, right?
These niggas not fucking with me. But look, this year, I'm not going. I told myself I'm gonna take, you know, bigger and better names versus doing a whole lot of battles this year. Like last year, I did like 12 battles. That's like a battle a month.
Right.
So I might space it out a little bit more, depending on these leagues, these smaller leagues that, you know, what the budgets is looking like and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Plus, a nigga need a vacation. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely gotta take some time for yourself.
I had a crazy situation happen to me last year where I had to uproot my family in it. You know, it was hard. Right before my son was born, it was hard, but I got through that shit with the grace of God and the help of my lady. So, you know what I mean?
Shout out to her.
Definitely want to take some family time off and do some chill shit and all that. Definitely got to get that land in maybe Miami this year. You know what I'm saying? Do some chill shit, maybe leave the country. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Get that passport, my boy, if you don't already. Listen, y'all go ahead and check out CCash. Like I said, my man podcasting. My man is doing, you know, he's still doing music. He's battle rapping. He about to get into acting. You know what I mean? He got different shit coming up. You know what I mean? Family man, brother, you know what I mean? Cautionary tales for the young niggas, you know what I mean? Not to follow down his same path and all that good shit. You know what I mean? Out here trying to do something positive, man. And I definitely commend that. So, Cash, I appreciate you coming on the show. You're definitely going to be a regular. I mean, you're going to be like the little Boosie of this shit with Vlad TV and all that shit.
Sure, man.
But, yeah, man, I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody for tuning in on Instagram. Heater, shout out to Heater. That's my boy, man. I didn't even get a chance to welcome Heater home. Shout out to Heater.
Got some shit coming real soon.
You and Heater?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hater. If you wasn't on my phone, I could fucking play a snippet of this shit for you. This shit goofy, my nigga.
Listen,
I
so
got
you know what I
the
mean?
Bear sample. Oh my
Yeah.
god. Remember
I'm gonna
Big
have
Pun
to.
Beware?
You're gonna have to send me that later.
Yeah, I know.
So listen, shout out to Trouble, shout out DJ Revolver, Gas Gang DJ Revolver. If you need a DJ, hit my boy up, DJ Revolver 215 on Instagram. Go
That's
ahead
up.
and get with him. You know what I mean? Shout out Prezi, shout out the whole Gas Gang, man. I appreciate all them boys and them niggas, my brothers, man. CCash, my
We
brothers.
need a new card, man.
So
We need a new Gaas Chamber card.
but we working on that.
Big
Trust me.
John, like a good John, no Diddy.
Yeah.
We need like a blockbuster Gas Gang card with, you know what I mean, all the, you know what I mean, hitters. You know what I'm saying?
Me and OG working on that joint. But and
And,
shout out to OG Benny, man.
Performances, all that shit. We really got to sit down and work that out.
Shout out to OG Benny.
You know what I'm saying?
This Gas Gang shit really wouldn't be where it is without OG Benny, man. Shout out to him. He's
Definitely.
keeping a lot of us in tune, a lot of us, you know, together as a clique and everything else, man. He's really the glue, man. Shout out to OG Benny. It's my fucking old head, man. It's my man, you know. But yeah, Cash, I appreciate you coming on the show. All that good shit, man. I can't wait to have you back on the show again. Tune in next week. We're gonna have somebody else on the show. It'll be, you know, it'll be put out at a later date. But
my next big battle, I'm coming back on this joint. So
all right, I'm with it.
Ready for me.
I'm with it. I really want to bring you back just for like a quick episode, just to go through the Dre Dennis battle. We can watch that joint together.
Oh yeah, for
talk
sure.
About it. We can pause it. You can say little tidbits, whatever.
No, I'm definitely gonna break it down with Married to the Bars, and then after that we can do whatever. But yeah, for
all
sure.
Right. Shout out to Married to the Bars too, Kill and Tell, man. That's,
they down for a long time. You know what I'm
saying? Yeah, man. That's
gotta get up that Dre Dennis exclusive. Get them that content. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, shout out to them, man. My Chester folks. I believe they shit is from Chester. But yeah, shout out to them, man. I know they down south like me, but shout out to them. They definitely got a dope platform. They always welcoming and all that good stuff. So shout out to Married to the Bars. But like I said, I appreciate y'all tuning in. Be back next time. Be on the lookout. Make sure y'all follow us on social media, Instagram, Facebook, Gaas Chamber Battle League, YouTube, the Gaas Chamber Battle League. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. And we'll be back again. Cash, don't hang up though. You know what I mean? But yeah, we out of here, man.